There we go.
Running a little late, but that's what happens when you run your own business. You make your own hours.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull us from the page and move us over to the group because I know there's people I just let in. So
Yes, welcome people that are watching right now.
please do.
Thanks while we waste a little bit of time here. We are having technical issues. You must be so sick of hearing that.
Sorry for the delay. I'm writing that in the.
She is typing with purpose.
I am typing with purpose. Post. Let me just make sure it's there. Welcome, everyone. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, happy Monday.
Happy Monday! Woo! Jazz hands!
I don't know. Sometimes it just does weird stuff. I don't know what to say, what happened there with your stuff. But listen, we got it going on, and that's all that matters. So when you hop in, because we just let a whole bunch of people into the group. So I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of people on tonight, which is great.
Oh
But
my gosh, that makes me happy.
please, when you hop in, say hello to us and let us know where you are watching from. So we're going to get started right away because we had a little bit of a delay. We had a little technical issue. So welcome to everybody who is on our free jewelry call tonight. We really appreciate you being here. If you are live, please talk to us. Drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Let us know who invited you. And if you're catching this on the replay, great. Hit hashtag replay and let us know that you just hopped in to say hello. So hello to Margie and Sage. We appreciate having you gals here tonight. And we're going to get started right away. So what I do is I'm going to introduce Mary Grace Lewandowski. She is our executive company vice president from Park Lane. Powerhouse of a woman and really, really great at explaining our opportunity. We do so in a 4-question format, and that format is really put together for you because it's the 4 questions everyone asks to start, quite honestly. And we hope that if we can get those questions started for you, that it'll start a conversation with your stylist or maybe with somebody that you know that might be interested in joining a direct sales company or somebody looking for a part-time job, basically. So we're going to get started right away, Mary Grace. And the first question I always like to ask, because I love how you explain this, and that is why direct sales, Mary Grace?
I have to say that when you earlier just introduced me as being like so great at explaining our opportunity, I really think one reason that I'm pretty good at it is because I was so ignorant about it. And I feel like most people are, not ignorant, but they don't really understand what direct sales is. And I didn't. And if I said, oh, I think I'm going to look into that, and someone had said direct sales, I probably would have like written it off because I had a misunderstanding of what direct sales is. And, that's when you hear people say things like, is that one of those pyramid schemes? Like we've all heard it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, no. Direct sales just means direct to consumer. This is not a situation where we try to like hit people's credit card every month with a certain amount of money. And the people at the top get rich and the people at the bottom just keep putting money into something. No, not at all. This is a direct sales is where you actually perform a service. And in today's world, it is such a popular way for shopping because we still have 78% of our reps that do strictly online. But there's still a way to communicate. There's still a person. It's still like a personality behind the product. And people are tired of just online shopping and having no one to talk to about things. So that is super neat. The other whatever percentage I didn't just say, they will do maybe in-home shows and personal appointments and private showings for people. And that is wonderful because people are sick of going to the mall and stuff, which you kind of are not, they don't have that much inventory. So they love just having a person behind the product to be able to service them, treat them extra special and share with them. So direct sales really is the most concise way I can say it is it's owning your own business with the perks, but with none of the overhead and none of the fears that most people like the risks because the company is established and you're just representing a product for them. My favorite story, and I'm going to shorten it here for you guys tonight, but you can always look at past interviews. But there is a gentleman named David Bach, and he wrote The Automatic Millionaire. It was on the bestseller list for years and years and years, probably still is in the business section. And he was very excited because he had come up with a relatively simple way for everyday people like Janine and me, and I'm assuming you guys, none of you are out there being trust fund babies. If you are, still listen.
Good for you.
But yeah, but he came up with like a really painless way, he thought, for people to become millionaires in a very short time by using the gift of investing and exponential growth and all of that good stuff. And it really was going to come down to people putting aside $300 to $500 a month. What he found after he started to unroll this wonderful plan to people is that he had no concept of how many people were living paycheck to paycheck, or actually, as he worded it, beyond paycheck to paycheck. And I know most people are watching from the safety of their own home or phone or whatever, but you're nodding along in your own head because you're either there now or you've been there. I know I was, where at the end of every month, you had to put something on a credit card or you had debt to pay off. So he said when he went to unfurl this wonderful program to people, they would basically laugh at him and they would say, David, we don't have $300 to $500 a month extra to invest. And if we did have that kind of money, it would be to pay down our debt, it would be to go into our emergency fund, it would be to go on a special trip or whatever. So he kind of swiveled a little bit. He made his mission more to figure out right then how he could help these people make the extra $300, $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are not willing to totally, blow up their whole life and all of the decisions they've already made, take on second jobs, different jobs, whatever. And he said that's when he discovered direct sales. And I loved how he said it. He goes, oh my gosh, think about it. I mean, you don't even have to think about it because I'm here to tell you about it. But you work when you want to work. Whoever is out there listening and watching us, you may be able to work completely different hours than I'm able to work. You may have totally different responsibilities than I have or had. My schedule has changed over the years tremendously depending on what's going on in my life, right? So, but you get to decide when you want to work. So there's no one else telling you that you have to show up someplace. It's all on you, especially now with the online concept. You decide how much you want to work. You decide which months you're going to work, which weeks you're going to work. You decide how much money you want to make. You decide all of that with no risk or fear. Nothing that you did made a huge investment in that now could really, again, blow up in your face and make everybody think what that was a really unhealthy thing that you did. So direct sales has all of those advantages of bringing you the money during the time and energy that you have. And I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead, but especially with Park Lane, because we have no minimums. We have no minimums. We have no expectations. There's no like you have to do this every month or you lose your status kind of thing. And we'll delve into that a little bit. I assume you're going to ask me more questions.
A couple more, just a couple. You ready for the next one?
It's as if I've done this.
It's as if you've done this 1,000 times. But listen, I let you change it every time. I mean, you always hit on something that I don't think of. So I find that interesting. And it is empowering to know that you can give that personalized service as a direct seller. You really, it is very much personalized to the person that's purchasing from you. So that's why I love it.
I would have done by this time. I would have convinced you to join, Janine.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, so now that we know what direct sales is, why jewelry? How does jewelry fit into that?
Yeah, there are lots of other choices. As a matter of fact, my first direct sales career was in home decorating and candles, and Janine's was in baskets. So we came from other companies to come over to Park Lane, which incidentally, let me just throw that in there, is to my knowledge, we are the only company that recognizes experience and brings people in at levels commensurate with what they've already achieved. A lot of people feel trapped wherever they are. I did kind of. I saw, I was worried because they had issues, as did your company. But it's just such a more comfortable transition when like they're going to give you the title and the pay scale that you had already achieved somewhere else. They recognize experience. At any rate, and I literally, when I sold candles, I was someone that used to think, well, who would sell jewelry? Like I didn't really have any reason to be saying that, just like I didn't have any reason to like shrug off direct sales without knowing what I was talking about. But man, have I seen the error of my ways. And honestly, just the research that backs it up goes all the way back to the Levine family. Now, the Levine family owns our company. It's wonderful working for a family-owned company. They own our company. They started in 1955, and they were very insistent on doing a direct sales model. They had a lot of reasons for that, one of which is that they wanted to create wealth for their family, but also help other families, like all the way down to mine at this point, 3 generations later or whatever, and yours. Um, they weren't quite sure what product. So they said, okay, instead of just picking something off the top of our head that we love, which is really what most of us do, right?
Yeah.
Let's do the research. So they hired 3 separate consulting companies, and to each they said, all right, go out into the world, do your homework, pick the top 3 product recommendations that you have for us, and be ready to defend your answers of why you think they're a good idea. Well, honestly, much to their shock, to the Levine family shock, all 3 of them came back with jewelry as number 1. All of the other playthings were all over the place, but jewelry straight across number 1, with all of the defenses or the answers, which I'm going to share a couple of them with you right now because I hadn't thought about stuff like this. Okay. First of all, the market. Let's think about it. Okay. When you're representing something, you want to have the bigger the market, the better, right?
Right.
Jewelry is just, across all genders, across all age groups, across all everything. Everybody loves some kind of accessorizing, some kind of jewelry. It withstands the test of time. I mean, you can watch the oldest black and white movie and beyond to pretend days of the dinosaurs like the Flintstones, and someone has on jewelry, right? Okay, so it's been around since that long, and
Right.
it's actually has forecasts that show it going up, up, up in popularity and in sales in the next years, no end to it. Okay. It's one of the number 1 gifts in the world. People give candy, they give flowers, and they give jewelry, and
Right.
jewelry is the only one that withstands the test of time. It's one of the only products, I think the other one is lipstick, that actually goes up in sales during economic hard times. So it stays very even throughout the years. Like, I don't know about baskets, but with candles, we really struggled in the summer, you know. But with jewelry, it's very consistent across the years, all the time. From the side of being the person that represents a jewelry company, it's so exciting that we wear our product. Not only do we wear our product, but everybody who's ever done business with us wears our product. And when
Hmm.
you think about the conversations and the recommendations and the referrals that comes back from that, it's like so incredibly powerful. So those are just some of the reasons, and there are far more, and very expensive to ship and store. Janine and I both, with what we used to do, had to make multiple trips to a car when we did in-home things. With jewelry, we slug, something like the size of our purse over a shoulder if we're taking it anywhere, right? So it's definitely the place to be. And I do tell people that the reason you should join Park Lane is because I did. I'm like, I was a top 10 income earner in my other company. What would it take for me to leave that security to come to something else? And in the beginning, I was going with my brain and my gut, but now I can give you the stats, and I have like doubled to tripled my income in the time I've been with Park Lane, because jewelry is such an amazing place to be, as
Yep.
is Park Lane.
And
But
I think that's a very valid point because
Mhm.
even your leader team, most of us came over laterally from other companies, and we would not have jumped ship had we not seen the possibilities in what was here and knew that we could double and triple what we did
Yeah,
before.
and not one of us can say that we made way more money at the other place.
No, there's
None of
not
us.
one. You're
Plus,
absolutely
most of
correct.
them are out of business now anyway. So,
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And we've been around since 1955 and we're thriving. It's
yes.
amazing. It's an amazing direct sales company. It truly is. Why Park Lane? Tell me why
Well,
Park Lane?
when
Because
you said
there's
we've been
all
around
kinds of jewelry.
since, yeah, you just did 2 biggies right there. 1955 and thriving. So
Yeah.
we've been around since 1955. We are debt free and we are cash rich. So
Wonderful.
honestly, you guys, everything they buy with cash. This is especially unusual. I always was proud of that, but when we went through COVID without missing a beat, that really showed me how incredible it is to be with a stable company. Now, it is a stable company, but it's not a dinosaur because they are constantly changing, updating. It's a family, and their 3rd generation is in there now working with stylists and stuff, and some are in their 30s or younger. So we are very up to date and like a brand new company all the time.
Mhm.
So I really tell people it's like having the stability of a secure, company, but the newness of a startup company in so many ways, because every single month we're, just out there shaking it, doing new things. It's so cool. I love it personally because I feel like it's keeping me young, because the fashion industry is like a really neat hopping place to be, and it's fun to be able to teach people about fashion. Now, Park Lane, it really, I've shared this with people before, but coincidentally, you know how the universe seems to give you signs? When I was having misgivings about my other company, I had two job offers in the same week. One was Park Lane, and the other was another jewelry company. Beautiful jewelry, but and it was to be like in charge of all their salespeople. It was very flattering. But when I looked at everything, I said, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I want to be able to honestly say that I'm offering the best or the most generous programs.
Right.
The other thing is that this other company, like most of them, had a niche market. And think about it, you guys, almost every jewelry company has like a certain type of jewelry they represent.
Right.
Sterling silver, Swarovski crystals, charms, pearls, right? Park Lane is a full service jewelry company. We have all of the trends represented within our line. And my customers have said it best, saying, you know what I love? I just absolutely love that no matter who I show this to, there's something for everyone. And
Mhm.
there really is. I love that too. From very inexpensive minimalist to maximalist and everything in between, and always, always on trend. So fun. So that's just our line. As far as our programs, like you always want to look at companies' programs. And we have a customer sale that is, bar none, the best customer sale out there in the direct sales industry,
Right.
where they buy two for regular, get four for half. Their two regular are their least expensive. So it's total opposite of a store. People just go absolutely nuts over that sale because they get so much value. They get so much for their money, and they very rarely leave with just one piece. They leave with the maximum they can get for their sale, which, if you roll back to what I said earlier, has them wearing more of our jewelry, right? Which is all
Yeah.
such a win win, wonderful situation. Also, when you have a sale like that, it's very easy to remember and repeat and share. So once people hear it, they're sharing it with all their friends, and we're so proud to share it. And that is all really good news. Then the hostess program, which some people don't even know what that means, but like we don't pay a store overhead to show our product. So we pay our hostesses, and we pay our hostesses in free jewelry. And our hostesses are basically the people that refer us. They're basically the people that have a gathering in any way, online, in Messenger, in person, however they want to do it. But because they introduced us to people, we're going to reward them with free jewelry. And we reward them with $20 in free jewelry for every single order,
Mhm.
but then we double it when they get to 10 orders. So my favorite thing in the whole world is to say, Janine, I'm not saying you have to, but don't you think between the two of us, we could collect, like, couldn't you go out tomorrow and collect 10 $30 orders? And they go, yeah. And I'm like, okay, 30 times 10, that's a $300 sale for me or Parkley. And you're going to get to pick 40 times 10, 400 in free jewelry because you went out and collected those 10 orders. Now think about that, you guys.
Mind
That's
blowing.
like 200% profit for the
Yeah.
hostess. Okay. And we do compete for people's time. So they're going to do what's the most generous, right? And then lastly is the profit program, which normally I hear so many people join us because we're just so uplifting and fun, and it's stress free compared to whatever else is in their life. But honestly, most of us really care about the money, right? And we're the
Yeah.
highest paid in the direct sales industry. We start our people at 30%, and you can move all the way up to 50% in a very short time. 50% commission, you guys. And that's just the beginning, because there are weekly bonuses and there are monthly bonuses and quarterly bonuses. And it's just absolutely outrageous. In addition, they incentivize us throughout the month and throughout the year, always, in so many cool ways. And it's never out of fear. So, no, we don't have minimums. No, we don't have things you have to do or you're going to lose your title or lose whatever. What we do have is what I call the carrot. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, do you want a Mercedes? Do you want free jewelry? So we all can earn up to $1,000 in free jewelry every single month. I don't know that I don't think I've ever missed it in all of the months that I've been here. And think about it, you guys, that's 100% profit. You just won that for free or earned it. You want to go and sell it at a vendor fair, have at it.
Yep.
So all kinds of wonderful, wonderful perks like that, including 2 trips a year, which we just all finished up a St. Thomas trip that we're going to be going on. And in September, we're going to Ireland. So it offers so many wonderful avenues for people. And we're here to help.
Well, with all these fabulous things, the question really remains, why is now a good time to join direct sales? Why is now a good time to join Park Lane?
Why is now is a great time to join Park Lane. And I just kind of flippantly said we're here to help you. That is no small promise.
That's
We have
true.
a Yeah,
Yep.
we have a leader team with hundreds of years of experience. And I think so many people don't do things now because they're nervous. Well, what if, but I don't know. But just put your toe in the water, jump in. We're right here for you. We're going to guide you every step of the way. We have lots of resources for you. You can run a cut and paste business starting tomorrow because of the uh, what am I trying to say? Images and everything that I have a professional prepare for us. So you're ready. So
Mhm.
successful people don't overthink things. They just jump in and they worry about the rest later. So with Park Lane, it's a $99 fee in order to, well, cost in order to choose your jewelry that is yours to keep, sell, do whatever you want. And you get to choose $500 worth of jewelry. Okay. That in itself is a really great deal.
Right.
And the $99 is a tax write off, obviously. And it gives you everything that you need in order to do your business for an entire year. And at the end of that year, if you decide that you want to re-op, then
Mhm.
you pay $100 to have your personal website again. Okay,
Right.
so it's a dollar less than the rest of us pay. So it's a wonderful opportunity. We have a new catalog coming out soon. So it is so smart to like kind of get your um, bearings, to get in on the
Mhm.
business, to learn it, and then you be the one to show the new line when it comes out. That is very impactful. We do a huge mega party in the month of June, which you guys could be part of. And really, basically, all the rest of us do the work. All you do is invite people. So you could be making money very, very quickly should you decide to start now. Did I forget anything important?
No, I don't think you did. And you touched in the beginning on the no minimums, no quotas. And I think that's one of the biggest things people are afraid of.
Yeah, they have
Most
enough stress.
Yeah, most other companies have that stressor on you, especially in leadership. But even as a baseline employee that comes in, there's minimums, and we don't have that. We do
Mhm.
not. We're not a company that is ever going to lead with fear. It just doesn't work that way. And I think that's one of the best parts about Park Lane. That and all of us. Come on now, super
Yeah,
cool.
lots of recognition, lots of uplifting, lots of personal
Mhm.
development, just a really feel
Lots of
good
good
place.
stuff. If you
Yeah,
want a place to be happy around other people that are happy, then join Park Lane. That's how I
yeah,
look at it. So I popped the Google Doc, Google
survey.
questionnaire in there for everybody, the survey. But it's also, if you're watching this in the studio, which is the group, it's pinned to the top in the featured section. It's also now it's also on the page, the Grace and Grit page. We sure apologize for having technical issues coming in. But you know what, Mary Grace, I just want to say thank you. This was really good tonight. And I think that we really landed, on all of the high points and all of the things that are important. And if you missed something, you can go back and watch the replay, go talk to your stylist who invited you here, or ask one of us. We're here to answer your questions anytime. And we'll be back here next Monday at
and
7
do
Eastern, 6 Central.
and
And
do the Google survey. That
do
serves as your ticket, your entry into winning free
yeah.
jewelry. Whether you decide to join us or not, you just for listening to us tonight, you have an opportunity to win free jewelry, and
Mhm.
it'll be curated to your taste because we ask you right on the form what you like.
Isn't that
So
awesome?
yeah, thank
And
you
you
so
do
much
I
as
feel like
always.
you give them 24 hours, right? They can do
Yeah,
that survey,
I give them 24 hours. Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Hope to meet lots of you in person one day.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.